and gentlemen, it's been a minute and I'm back at y'all with another video. The topic of this video is Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, the aftermath. We're going to be going over the fight, how I think it went, how I viewed the decision, what's going to happen moving forward for both Tyron Woodley, former UFC champion, one of the greatest welterweights ever lived, and Jake Paul, the rising sensation in boxing. And I'm going to be forward and I'm going to be really straightforward and just say that Jake Paul beat his ass. Like, he genuinely beat Tyron's ass for the majority of the fight. Granted, you can say that Tyron had that one knockdown, or that one knockdown almost knocked him out through with that one. I think it was an overhand right with that and led with a left or something like that, or one of the two. But for the majority of the fight, I think Tyron outlanded Jake Paul 41-35 in terms of power punches, but Jake Paul, which really told the story of the fight, outlanded Tyron Woodley in terms of the jab 36-11. And why I say that tells the tale of the fight is because if you guys watch any film, any of the live streams or anything like that, you would see that Jake Paul kept him at distance a lot, and he was unloading a lot of punches on Tyron. Like, I think he ended up over like doubling them on punches that total that he landed on Tyron. Now, granted, a lot of them hit Tyron's guard and everything, but they were wearing at his body. A lot of the jabs that he was throwing at Tyron were jabs to the body. You know what I'm saying? And in the first round or two, we saw Tyron almost like looking like a Nate Robinson-esque in terms of just leaping forward and just keeping that presence on him. And for the majority of the fight, I will give Tyron credit. He was in front of Jake. He was pressuring Jake the entire time. However, he was not throwing anything. Like, if you guys were on Twitter watching the fight, you guys were seeing that people were calling him the frozen one instead of the chosen one. You get what I'm saying? Like, Tyron, he was pressuring him, but it looked like he was just almost like a Darren Till type of style where he was pressuring him in his face all the time, but he wasn't throwing. He was waiting to get that counter. He was waiting to get that counter off. Like, he was in the distance to throw, but he was waiting for Jake to counter because Jake is a longer, stronger fighter and taller fighter. So Tyron was probably looking for Jake to throw, and then he was gonna go, and then he would probably move in at the same time Jake was throwing and counter him. But Jake, his corner, he kept himself calm, cool, and collected, and he just whittled away at Tyron. He was getting points, and he did stun Tyron a couple of times, too. True, but obviously it was nothing as good as what Tyron was doing, and Tyron really started to pour it onto him in the later rounds. But it really just looked like another Tyron Woodley fight where he didn't throw his hands at all. You get what I'm saying? Like, even his guard was MMA style ish. Like, if he trained with Floyd Mayweather, it didn't look like it at all. Like, if I'm Tyron Woodley, I'm going off social media and I'm training with Floyd or whoever, Freddie Roach, whoever, for 6 months, and I'm starting from the basics. His guard was weird, is wonky. His paws, his hands are straight up. His legs, his guard was super wide. You know what I'm saying? It was like the only time Tyron never committed to anything unless he had Jake Paul like on the ropes, like literally on the ropes, like in the position. You know what I'm saying? Like, it never he never threw any legitimate combos. He didn't throw any hooks or any check hooks or anything like that. He didn't throw any 1-3s, any 1-2-5s or anything like that. He didn't really throw anything besides maybe a 1-2, and then he rushed in with some power hooks and some power shots. Like, it was everything I expected it to be. I expected Jake Paul to knock him out in under 6, and I feel like Jake Paul had that capability, but he was just being very timid because he was nervous. The fact that, it was Tyron, and he didn't want to lose. He didn't want to get starched or anything like that. But Jake Paul beat his ass for 8 rounds instead of knocking him out in 6, so I can't be too mad at that. My prediction was right. I won some money on Jake, so I am a happy camper in terms of that. But yeah, like, for months I was saying Jake in under 6, Jake in under 6, Jake in general, and Tyron proved my point. And one of the reasons why I was saying that too, Tyron's spirit is broken. He's punch shy, taking so many losses, devastating losses, however you want to sugarcoat it, whether it's to top 5 contenders or not. He has lost 16 rounds straight. You feel me? He is being dominated, decimated, eviscerated, annihilated, murked, whatever you want to say. And this fight showed it. He was afraid to throw unless he knew for a fact he could land something off. He was not bold. It was nothing new. It was nothing out of textbook. He didn't bring anything to the table that a good trainer wasn't already prepared for. And yeah, I'm excited to see if they rematch it, just because I can win some more money on Jake, or see where else it goes. Maybe Tyron goes into the wind and retires. Who knows? But this is my take.